Hey guys, I have a couple of pleasant tasks to take care of this afternoon and a couple of bits of information to give you. So first one is, some of you would have seen a video we made recently talking about the SIM cards that we can get in Japan, specifically from a company called Mobal, M-A-B-A-L, and those guys will provide you with a SIM card and service. You can either get short-term or long-term, and you can get data and phone and voice, or you can just get data. And so there's lots of different combinations you can get, which is good because you can organise it so you're not paying for longer than you need or for more service than you need. So it's pretty good, pretty competitive. The other thing we like about these guys is they are real to talk to. So some of you guys would share our frustrations. We know we spoke about this previously, and we found that most of you guys expect a response to your emails within 2 days, and you expect to get communication from a real person. That's what the average expectation was when we asked you guys what you expect, and that's what we expect. And we get very frustrated with the big companies that send cut and paste answers or don't answer at all. And companies like that, if we contact a company because we know they're English friendly and we've heard that they're okay, and we don't get a response, we don't chase them again. That's it. We have a blacklist on our email system, and we blacklist businesses that don't answer emails, because we figure if they don't answer our email and we recommend them to you, and then you contact them because you have a problem, they don't answer your email, right? So there's a fair bet, isn't it, if they're in the habit of not answering emails or using cut and paste automated type responses, which we just don't consider to be acceptable either. So having said all that, these guys answer your emails with a real human being who will answer you with a real answer instead of a cut and paste answer. So that was good enough for us. And of course, we looked into their reputation. Their reputation is good. Their prices are competitive. So if you're coming to Japan and you want a SIM for your phone, these are the guys to go to. So they sent us, as by way of a little bit of corruption, as a way of goodwill, really, they sent us an 8-day SIM. And we said thanks very much for that. Do you mind if we give it to one of our customers? And they said no. Well, that's what we want you to do. So they're happy with that. So some of you might recall we actually said to you guys, if you wanted one of these and you're going to be in Japan, to put your name underneath, put a comment underneath the post on our English Friendly Japan Facebook page. So a couple of people did. The prerequisite being that you had to either be in Japan now or about to be in Japan. So the dude who is about to be in Japan is Russell Levine. So Russell, we're going to send you that. If you give us your address, email us with your address, we will send that to you. And then when you come to Japan, you're going to have 8 days of unlimited internet connection for free. Got to be happy with that. So that we'll send that out to you, Russell, as soon as you give us your address. So that was a pleasure. That was a pleasure. So let's give away some more stuff. And again, we have to do this on Facebook because we don't have YouTube comments anymore. And guys, honestly, tens of millions of videos still don't have their comments turned back on, and YouTube disabled them with some algorithm, but they don't have the ability to turn them all back on again unless they do all of them, and they don't want to do that. So we expect, I mean, we were hoping for a partner manager. We're not going to get one, and so that was our last chance really to get our comments turned back on. So we're just accepting that they'll never be turned back on, basically. They seem to be active for 10 minutes when we first put a video online, 10 minutes or an hour sometimes, and then it's not a person turning them off, guys. It's some system in there that turns them off automatically. There's not some vindictive person sitting at the computer. It's just an impersonal algorithm type setup or setting that just automatically turns them off. So usually we get enough for half a dozen people to comment and go, oh wow, comments are back on, geez, well man, that's great, and then it gets turned off. And all those comments that have been left just disappear. So we've accepted that's just going to be the case. So we can't do a giveaway on YouTube. Patreon won't let us do giveaways because it breaks our gambling law in some states of the US. So Facebook is really our only option for giveaways now. So with these English Friendly Japan related ones, we do it on our English Friendly Japan Facebook page. So if you're not on there, like if you haven't liked and followed that page already, it might be worth doing if you want to be up for these things, like Russell was. So the next one was, we did the same thing at the same time. We put up the post about mobile sims, and if you put your comment underneath there, you could randomly get picked to get a sim. We at the same time, Freedom Japanese Market gave us their monthly kindness, and we put a post there about Freedom Japanese Market, and a whole bunch of people put their hands up for that. That's always popular. Lots of people put their hand up for that. The 2-year-old goes down the page and clicks, or we click for them, for the 2-year-old when the 2-year-old says stop, and it stopped on Jason Evans. So Jason, if you want to give us your address, email us your address, we will send. Actually, what we'll do, no, we won't send it to you, that's not right. What we do is we give the name and address to the guys at Freedom Japanese Market, and they send it to the person. So again, those of you who've just sort of joined us and aren't familiar with this, Freedom Japanese Market send out boxes of goodies, snacks, Japanese snacks, to people around the world. And you can either just buy one if you want to check it out and see what they're like, or you can subscribe, and they send you one every month. You pay a certain amount a month and they'll send you a box every month. And those guys are really good. Again, send them an email, they will answer you, which is great, and a real person will answer you without a cut and paste answer. They look after the customers really well. Their snack boxes are really good. They have some standard ones that they use all the time, but they also keep up with the trends. So when new stuff happens, you know, we get new tasty things come on the market. A new type of Hi-Chew, or Chu-Hi. Hi-Chew's the cocktail. Chu-Hi's the, hang on, have I got it right? Hi-Chew's the candy, Chu-Hi's the cocktail. It's the candy. Hi-Chew, new flavour of Hi-Chew comes out, or a new flavour of something tasty. They'll often include it in the box, so they keep up with the latest snacks and things. And they've been giving one of our subscribers every month for the last, how many years, guys? A couple of years. Every month these guys send one of you guys a box of goodies. So they're really, really good to you guys and to us. So if you're interested in buying something from some snacks from Japan, definitely buy from them. Underneath this video will be a link to Freedom Japanese Market so you can check out the candy, a link to mobile so you can check out the SIM option. There's two options too that we recommend for communication when you're in Japan. One is the SIM if you want to go that way. The other one is the portable Wi-Fi, which is another good option as well, depending on what sort of device you've got and what you want to use it for. We've got another recommendation for the mobile. You can find them both on English Friendly Japan directory. So there'll be a link for mobile sims, there'll be a link for Freedom Japanese Market, there'll be a link from our English Friendly Japan Facebook page that we recommend that you get on. The other one is eBay. We've still got some random bits and pieces from the old Japanese farmhouse that you guys were pretty keen on when we first showed it to you, so we still do put things on eBay now and again. So there'll also be a link underneath this video, in the description it is, to our eBay page if you want to check that out, if you want to buy yourself some random genuine thing from Japan. You'll know it's genuinely from Japan because it came out of our old farmhouse. So there's that. And then the last thing, guys, is the Patreon thing. Those of you who aren't supporting us on Patreon already, if you want to see us continue to make videos and post photos, it seems often the photos that we post on Facebook are actually often more popular, much more popular than our videos. So we'll snap off a very unprofessional photograph of something in Japan, and again, we don't rely on the quality of our work, we rely on the quality or the value of the subject. We reckon Japan is interesting, and there's so many beautiful things here. Our photography skills, videoing skills, editing skills and everything else are really, really weak. But we just think the topic is amazing, the subject is amazing, and that's what we rely on. You know, YouTube's got very slick over the years, hasn't it? You know, the quality of the videoing and the editing and the drones and the professional editors and the professional camera people and the expensive cameras, and that's all fine and dandy, but we just rely, we've got our cheap cameras and our lack of skill, and just rely on the content, because we reckon this place is fascinating. You know, we see everything. We can't leave the house without seeing something that we think is interesting. You know, we didn't even get out the front door this week without seeing a lily bursting out of our fish pond that we thought was beautiful. Took a photo, and the people on Facebook loved it. So you know, we reckon that's what it is. The place is that interesting that we reckon if we just keep taking photos and videos of Japan, that seems to be what you guys want. And we know that our patrons, you know, have told us repeatedly that that's what they want. You know, they don't necessarily need the talking head sitting in front of the camera being cool and groovy and the drone footage and all that other stuff. Although we do occasionally give you some footage from an aeroplane, don't we? That's a bit of a unique thing on YouTube. Flying over volcanoes and aeroplanes, that's a bit of a thing that we can do, but usually it's just showing you the content, and you guys seem to like it. So, having rambled about that for more than long enough, if you want us to keep making the videos and the photos and so on, please, if you're not supporting us on Patreon already, or if you're one of the $1 or $2 a month people and you can step up a little bit, please go to the Patreon page and check it out, because again, you know, the reason that we can keep a stiff upper lip, as our British friends would say, when it comes to this YouTube nonsense with the comments and stuff, is that the patron support, physically as far as our financially, allows us to continue to spend the time that we spend making videos and taking photos. And that as a young family, if we, not all of us are young, but our family is young, as a young family, we just wouldn't be able to afford to spend the time every day doing what we do if it wasn't for the patron support. You know, just to pay the bills, we'd have to spend more time at work. So we just wouldn't be able to do the videos and the photos. That's just straight out it. As far as a financial point of view, as far as just an encouragement point of view, you know, the physical support. I mean, it's always great. People leave comments and supportive comments and advice. We get lots of free advice and all that sort of stuff, and we really appreciate all that. That's all great, you know, to get that support. But you know, that saying of put your money where your mouth is. I mean, there's nothing like people actually paying money every month to support what we do, for really showing, you know, that they mean it. You know, that's some really serious support, isn't it? So we really appreciate that, and you know, so as well as physically allowing us to continue, it also gives us that encouragement to continue when we have problems with YouTube, and we have other difficulties that try and slow us down, that we know that, you know, you guys are actually putting your money where your mouth is. Some of you guys extremely generously. You know who you are. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable how generous some people are for us to continue doing what we're doing, you know. So we really appreciate that very much. So that's probably got it all covered, has it? Jason's Candy, Russell's Sim, anybody's eBay. Goes to the highest bidder, doesn't it? Stuff on eBay. Patreon, yeah, anybody's Patreon. You're all welcome on Patreon, guys. And again, that's where we do our commenting and our discussing now. You know, the people, the hardcore viewers that used to have big discussions and conversations under the videos on YouTube now do it on Facebook and on Patreon. So, you know, they're the two places to be, guys. And to be honest, we do spend a little bit more time on the Patreon people, because, you know, if it wasn't for that 190 people, we wouldn't be watching videos, would we? We wouldn't be making videos and you guys wouldn't be watching them. So it's really, you know, we appreciate every one of our 105,000 subscribers, but just being realistic about it, if it wasn't for the 190 patrons, you know, we wouldn't be doing this. So, and again, that's what gives us the leverage to get these things that we give to you guys. You know, it's that leverage. It's these guys that run these businesses knowing how many people are out there listening to us that allows us to do this. You know, allows us to continue. So it's you guys that make it for us. and allow us to continue doing it. So really appreciate it. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Patreon, check it out. Hopefully I've remembered to put all the links to all the things we've talked about in the description underneath this video. Anyway, there it was, just going in to do a bit of quiet meditation in this beautiful shrine here. More videos coming soon.